Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void! Today we've got a 4.1.4 balance patch replay featuring Freeman and XxScufxX on Eastwatch, the latter edition. In the top right-hand corner of the map, we've got the red Zerg player. His name is Freeman, representing 4Pony. Now, if you're wondering who this dude is, this is just a placeholder image when StarCraft can actually load your actual avatar. We'll see if that gets fixed later on in the game. And in the bottom left corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, XxScufxX. We're going to call him Scuff. Probably a straight edger is what the XXs are all about here. He's got a floating icon. That's not a dude's face. That's an alien face. That looks, hybrid-ish? Kind of Protoss and Zergy at the same time. I don't know. Anyway, look who's drone scouting. Look who's drone scouting is Freeman. Those of you who do not know, this is my weekly examination of Bronze and Silver League level games. Sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. They are all sent to my screeners. My screeners choose the best ones. And ta-da, they get cast. However, with this one, this is an exception because this one was sent to me the day of the patch. And it's the latest patch. And I said, this is the only one I've got. That's 4.1.4. So here we go. Should be exciting to see. I don't know if we'll see disruptors. I don't know if we'll end up seeing hydras, but I hope we do. I got my fingers crossed on this one. Anyway, drone scouting is Freeman. Came in, sees a double gateway opening and says, all right, in a normal game, this means pressure. I mean, probably double zealot. I mean, what else are you going to do with this without a cybernetics core? Obviously. But at the same time, Scuff is getting gassed. So, oh, there's the cyber core. All right, maybe it's just a weird build order. Usually 2-gate here means double zealot pressure, and it is. Okay, good. So it is going to be double zealot pressure here, which means Freeman's spawning pool needs to be done, and it is. Got to get some queens out, got to get some lings out. A spine doesn't hurt either. Honestly, if your opponent is sacrificing economy to go for a 2-gate pressure with zealots, a single spine would be immensely useful for the Zerg player and really not hurt that much economically. Pylons, another gateway. Is this like a weird 4-gate out of Scuff? Did I tell you the story of I lost to one of these? Couple months ago, I scouted it. I said it's a 4-gate, and I prepared, and it didn't come. And I was like, wait, what? Okay, this is really weird. And then it came like 3 minutes later. He just never expanded, got even more stuff, and then crushed me. And it's like, oh, timings. Weird timings can mess you up real bad, as it turns out. Yeah, StarCraft is fun sometimes. All right, Twilight Council. Is this going to be a charge lot type play out of Scuff? I like it. I do like the charge lot plays. Ooh, there's the spine crawler. Excellent. Looks like Freeman's been listening. He's been listening to this cast. Okay, this might be overdoing it. 3 spines in the main and 1 in the natural is not ideal. Maybe 1 in each. 1 in each and just get lings and queens and you'll be okay. See, the thing about spine crawlers is you can't kill your opponent with them. You can't really do it unless you walk them over here and poop creep in their base and then drop them, sure. But nobody ever does that. But your lings, you make lings and they survive the battle, they can counterattack, right? They can put the fear of Zerg into your opponent. All right, Scuff, you know what? Maybe you have a better idea of what you're doing than I thought. Getting a warp gate. Got a forward pylon. No, he doesn't have a forward pylon. Dude, you need a forward pylon if you have warp gate. Or do you have a probe out? No? All right, this is a real janky looking 4-gate, but it's what we have to deal with right now. And I do love this skin. I still love it. War Chest 2 or whatever it is, just with the orange claws sticking out there and the way the probes use orange lasers to suck in the minerals, blah, blah. It's just beautiful. It is visually astounding. I love the Overlord placement here from Freeman, too. He does scout that the Zealots are moving out of that base. He knows it's coming. Okay, so 3 spines in the natural and 1 in the main. That seems a little bit better. And some Banelings. Ooh, yeah, get some Banelings against all these Zealots. I like this a lot. So there we go. Charge. About 64% complete because it's 100 seconds to completion and at whatever, 70 now. So yeah, I like this quite a bit. I'd like speed from Freeman, but if you're going to be defending, speed's not as important. Also, burrowing the spine crawler would be eminently useful. A spine crawler unburrowed does literally nothing as far as damage is concerned. Where are these guys going? Are they just hiding? Are they hiding behind these weeds? Yeah, Scuff's just working on his APM, running him around back here. There we go. Burrowing that 3rd spine crawler. This is not going to work. Not going to work at all for Scuff. That was a great scout, dude. And this placement of the Overlord knows it's all Zealots all the time coming out. And here they come. They are fast. They are strong. Where are the Banelings at? The Banelings are in the main base. You need to make them hit. They have to help the spine crawlers take them down is the thing. Now, if you're Scuff, you really, I don't know. This is just hard to deal with these Zealots. Natural base looks like a hard thing to deal with, and the main base too. A lot of lings, banelings, 3 of them here. Working on speed for overlords and metabolic boost. There's Freeman right now. Scuff, the longer you wait on this, the worse it's going to be, though, is the problem. Although maybe he just does the trick of that Protoss that I played. You wait until the opponent thinks it's not coming, and then it comes. All right, this is enough Zealots to handle these Spine Crawlers, so this is excellent. The Banelings and Lings need to come down and help now. They should have come down a while ago. And look at this, not engaging with the Spines at the same time. Banelings exploding here. All right, but still a lot of Zealots. I think you might have this, Scuff. Nothing in production right now from Freeman. Banelings exploding. Zealots hammering what is left of these Lings, and the Spine Crawler is going to go down. There's no saving it. More Zealots joining the party. No forward pylon either, but the natural base is toast. All right, so there are 6 Zealots here. None of them, okay, some of them do have some good health, but a lot of them are in the orange, which is bad, but the natural is going to die. Whoa, Freeman's popping out 40 Speedlings. Okay, this might be enough. Here we go. Surround and engage. And yeah, that'll do it. 40 Zerglings against 9 Zealots. 4-to-1 ratio. That's what we always say. All right, so he holds. He doesn't lose his natural base, does Freeman. I think you might want to stop at this point, Scuff. Expand, defend back home. He's getting more gateways off of one base. Oh, I love Into the Void. I love Into the Void. Oh, and more Banelings here, too. Okay, so Freeman's got this figured out, man. He knows exactly what he's doing. Are these not warp gates? Oh, my gosh. He got the warp gate, and he didn't upgrade his gateways to warp gates. All right, Into the Void, everybody. This might not be as cringy or as perhaps low level as one that I cast a couple weeks ago that got a lot of comments. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. It's just interesting. Into the Void gets that just extremes in reaction. People either love it or they hate it, or they just don't bother watching because it's not their cup of tea, which I can totally respect as well. Anyway, are we going to see Hydras? I don't know if we're going to see Hydras, man. No sign of a lair. I don't see Disruptors either, but that's okay. I suppose. We're going to see any shield batteries? That might be interesting. No? Nope. Probably not. Into the Void, man. Stuck a little bit in Wings of Liberty. None of these units would be out of place in Wings of Liberty. This, in fact, looks like a very Wings of Liberty game in the StarCraft 2 universe. Zealots, Lings, Banelings, Spines, Queens. None of this stuff is new. None of this stuff is new to even Heart of the Swarm. Actually, Queen anti-air DPS might be the biggest difference between Wings of Liberty and Legacy of the Void as far as this game is concerned, which is hilarious. Are you still? Wow, he's still doing this. He's still chomping him in. Check for a natural real quick. Did Freeman? Didn't see one and went back to his post of watching exactly what's coming his way, giving him time to prepare for it. Freeman is going lair. All right, here we go. Lair and a Roach Warren too. I like this. Roach is pretty good against Zealots. And here comes another attack of Zealots. There are 13 of them. One Sacrificial Zealot goes up to scout and say, what is up here? Oh, Lings and Mains and Spines. That's bad. What are you charging to? I think, was he trying to charge something in the middle of that and it messed up his targeting? I think he's trying to get those Banelings to explode on one of his Zealots instead of all of them. It's almost like a Zerg player trying to explode one Ling on a Baneling. Although, I don't know, Zealots are a little bit more expensive that way, but I suppose it's better than splashing on everybody. Yeah, I suppose that's how that works there. All right, I want to see Go Hydra. Go Hydra for us, Freeman. All right, Zealots coming in. Good positioning here, actually, setting up a bit of a wall, but the Banelings are starting to explode as well. Spine Crawlers doing work. Oh, the Zealots. Two Banelings all remaining. And it doesn't really matter. I don't think you even need them here, but they explode anyway, and all the Zealots are toast. So resources lost to this point are going to be a full 3,100 for Freeman and 3,300 for Scuff. Going to be 33 Zealots down and 58 Lings. More Zealots coming in here. Again, Scuff, if you had a forward pylon with a gateway on it, so you'd have a 2-second warp-in time, this would be a lot better, as it turns out. But man, Freeman is barely holding on by the skin of his teeth here. He's floating 1,000 minerals and 600 gas. He could make a lot more stuff if he wanted to. But again, that is the challenge of Into the Void. That is the challenge of Bronze and Silvers. Continuing to make stuff even when you're under attack. Continue to expand even when you're under attack. Recognizing you have enough money to expand, you can afford to do it. Oh, Creep Queen. Don't die, Creep Queen. Oh, doesn't. The Banelings aren't quite here. Now they're here. Okay. Pretty good hit there. What is it about Banelings that make commentators go, they go speechless with it? I guess the instantaneousness of the damage, I suppose, is what it is. Another Baneling hit. Zealot left behind by his buddies. No. Fight. Oh, he dead. Oh, and his buddy's dead too. Don't be a hero, ladies and gentlemen, is what that Zealot taught us. Don't be a hero and go in to help your buddy. You'll both end up dead. All right, Zealot's trying to bypass the natural base entirely, but there's just entirely too many links for these two Zealots to make it anywhere. Yeah, I think the Zerg player has this. I think this is basically the Protoss version of doing mass speedling until the end of time. Right? We've seen that. We've seen Zerg players try to go mass speedling against their opponent until they lose. That's exactly what this is. This is mass charge lot until they lose. No upgrades either, right? No forge. 10.5-minute expansion from Scuff. All right, Scuff, you should have expanded forever ago. You've had the Zerg player on the back foot. You could have been able to do this while continuing to throw good numbers of Zealots that way, but better late than never, I suppose. A Spire and a Hydralisk Den for Freeman. Isn't that exciting? And a third base down south, too. So expanding and teching up. Scuff, get disruptors. He's not going to get disruptors. I don't know what Scuff is doing, actually. APM, 88 and 86. Not terrible. Not horrendous. For StarCraft 2 cast, absolutely not. These players doing their best. Freeman especially responding well to what his opponent is doing. Now, he needs to scout this expansion because he doesn't see it, but he should. He should know that it's there. And Ling Baneling, I guess if your opponent keeps throwing Zealots at you, you're going to be okay, but you can't really rely on it forever. He knows. He's got a Hydralisk Den. He's got a Spire coming up. Now, look at this. 2 separate upgrades for Hydralisks. Group Spines, Hydralisk attack range by +1, and movement speed, a separate upgrade for 25% movement speed off creep. So now if you want to have those Hydras with the speed and the range, like we've seen a lot in ZVPs, you got to slow it down. You can either choose one or the other, or wait, or build 2 Hydralisk Dens. Either way, it slows it down. It really does. What is this? What is this, Scuff? Scuff is actually taking a Ninja Expand in the top left-hand corner. Is that a spawn location? No. This is the 2-player map. Yeah, so it's just up in the top left. Don't mind me. Lurker Den, Evolution Chamber. Oh, he's going Lurkers against the Zealots. That used to be better, I feel like, in Brood War. Whereas now Lurkers do bonus damage against armored stuff. So, I don't know. They still do a lot of damage, but they don't just destroy Zealots, as it turns out. It's close. It is close to destruction, but not quite there. Look at this. Even getting his worker count up as well. It's 48 to 27. Total Heart of his Stars. Scuff, not that far. If Scuff comes back, I'm going to be impressed. I'm going to be super, super impressed. But that's the beauty of Into the Void, is players can be up, but then kind of lose track of what they're doing, and maybe forget to scout for a while and get caught by surprise, and it's very traumatizing when that happens. All right, so Overseer for Freeman. He's worried about Dark Templar, which is fair. Worrying about Dark Templar is a legitimate concern, because there is a Dark Shrine on the way from Scuff, actually. Just barely started that, which is hilarious. Clear Reconstitution, and chose the Muscular Argument. Chose the speed for the Hydras this time, instead of going for the range. So he looked at his babies, said, I want speed first, and then range. He is getting range. It's queued up there, just so he doesn't forget. But yeah, that is the difference to Hydralisks. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if it's enough to make Hydras not be present in every single matchup in WCS events that feature Zerg. One of the things that I've actually discussed previously on the podcast, the Falcon Paladin Hour, which you can subscribe to through iTunes or anywhere you get your podcast for Android, is that perhaps, so the 90 HP right now that they've got, it went from 80 to 90 and they became a lot better. Almost too good though, and I feel like maybe an 85 change for a balance patch wouldn't be amiss for the Hydras. It'd make them a little less tanky. It wouldn't make them the superclass cannons they were at 80. But I feel like 85 is maybe a sweet spot where Hydras just can't eat an entire storm and keep on ticking like they've been able to do in ZVPs for the last couple of months here. Lurkers coming in for Freeman. What is our Protoss player doing? Come on, man. You have some tech. You have 2 forges, which have done 0 upgrades. Ooh, 5 DTs. But again, 2 Overseers from Freeman. He's ready. He's prepared for this. Did he scout? Oh, the Overseer is going to see the sneaky base too. Sneaky third base has been discovered. All you got to do is send up the links. No, no, no. I mean, all right. I guess you could not send anybody to take care of it and just go. I suppose that's what you could do. Lurkers burrowing in. Good job moving the Zealots away. Oh, this is not bronzy bronze. This is somebody who's smart and knows that Lurkers are bad and that standing on top of where the Lurkers are is super bad news. Are you just retreating entirely? Are you abandoning your natural base? Look at the skin on the DTs for this war chest. They look like they're wearing... How are they different? Maybe they're not different. Maybe I'm just imagining they look different. I don't know. All right, so the entire army goes up to deal with this ninja expand, which you don't need to do. Send the Zerglings. They can handle this whole thing. And then just contain, right? Set up your lurkers at the bottom of the ramp. The Protoss player doesn't want to go out. And bad news bears. Ooh, Shadow Stride being researched by Scuff. Zerglings making quick work of the probes. The Nexus is going to die here too. Again, bringing the whole army is unnecessary, but killing ninja expands good in the long run. Stalkers here for Scuff. They did have their damage buffed a little bit. 13 and 18 here. Well, what did they do? Is their weapon speed changed? I feel like I read on Reddit that their attack was increased a little bit, is what it was. So there was a PVT that I cast on Tuesday on 4.1.4, and it seemed like the Stalkers did a lot better against Marines than they have in the past on 4.0.2. So that does seem to be the case. What was the other thing? The upgrade of the Forge for Stalkers actually increases their damage versus armored, which I thought was interesting. So instead of just a +2 overall, it's +1 damage and then another +1 versus armored, making them better against armored units as the upgrades continue. So that should be interesting for the Stalkers as well. Here, look at the orange sentries. Why do I love the orange so much? Okay, so there was a time in LEGO when I was 11 or 12, like right towards the end of my LEGO obsession, where they did release some spacefaring planet, ice planet exploring Legos, where they had the orange and the blue. It's just a very nice complementary situation. The Denver Broncos kind of try to do the orange and the blue, but the neon orange and this kind of blue just looks a lot better. It really does. Archon's mixed in here as well. Suddenly Scuff has a really big, super scary army. But it is 174 to 103 total supply. Freeman's up. Oh, the lurkers, man. Did you bring detection? You know there's lurkers. Do you not have detection? He doesn't have detection. He knows what lurkers are, and he knows they're scary, but he didn't get anything with which to kill the lurkers. What's also good at killing lurkers is going to be immortals, if you're interested in that. I mean, I feel like you should be. Killing lurkers is nice. Oh, he doesn't have observer. All right, all right. When did those come in? I didn't see them. He didn't want to attack into it anyway here, so this is kind of interesting. Usually, into the Void players, what is A move? Here we go. This might be an A move. Guardian Shield is up. Archon's in the front. So many Hydras, though. Yeah, and Roaches. I mean, just even without the lurkers, I feel like it's a bad situation for this army. Without much splash damage, yes, there's Archon, but you almost need Storm if you're going to handle this many Hydras, as we see Freeman have. He's got 34. He's got 34 Hydralisks. He's got a 4th base at this gold he's been sitting on for a while here. Scuff? Trying to look for a 3rd base, possibly. Maybe he's trying to bypass the army. That's interesting. Oh, maybe he's trying to go around the top and force a base race, because the lurkers are super mobile. They can't really chase you down if you're actively running away from them. Or he's flanking. Flank attack. I don't... All right, man. Flank attack here. Trying to get rid of these... Oh, okay. So the lurkers are not quite defended in this angle. 1, 2, 3 go down immediately, but still too much DPS. It's 167 and 160 total supply. I mean, Scuff... He has the right idea. He just doesn't have enough things, as it turns out. So here comes the Freeman. He's got detection. He's got Hydras. He's got Banelings. Poor Archon's not able to run. Good exploding there. Good exploding animation. The Stalkers decide to stand in and fight. And then don't. Scuff's making 0 things back home while this is going on. Again, a good sign of a Bronze or Silver League level player, as they make nothing while they're attacking at all. They get giant banks. Freeman's bank's pretty big too, but he's close to 200 supply, so it's not as big of a concern. Sitting at 56 Harvesters on 4 bases is a little bit conservative, but at this point, you're going to be all right. Hive's done for Freeman. He's just continuing to make Hydras. This is where your money is, Zerg players these days. If you're struggling on ladder, Hydra. It's a recommendation from Falcon Paladin to you, and from Cyril. From Cyril for sure. Winner of WCS Leipzig. All right, lurkers burrowing at the bottom of the ramp, as I mentioned previously. Going to slowly siege on in here, I think, is what we're going to do. Slowly unburrow, move up, burrow, unburrow, move up, burrow. Honestly, an A move just wins from Freeman, but sometimes you don't know that. He is sending changelings in to scout. See what he's dealing with? It's a handful of stalkers. You got this. Here it is. Lurkers decide. Is that all there is? Burrow. And Dark Templar trying to get rid of these lurkers a little bit. Everything else is dying. Oh, the Overseers showed up. The Dark Templar don't really want to engage right now. They decide to pull on back into the main base. They are sacking the natural Hydras. Some of the Hydras in the back can't actually attack. If you go ahead and just move up a little bit, then everybody can... There we go. Everybody can attack. Probes, is anybody going to make it inside the main base? Doesn't look like it. That is a probe massacre for sure. 30 probes have gone down. It's only a matter of time before Freeman decides to march up this ramp into a completely out of minerals and out of gas main base here at the 20-minute mark. Vipers in production. 5 Vipers on the way from Freeman. What are you doing with 5 Vipers, dude? I can't even... Blinding Cloud, I guess? Overkill Blinding Cloud, possibly? Sure, why not? Lurkers burrowing at the bottom of the ramp in the main base. Trying to bait. Wow. Freeman is due for a promotion, I feel like. He has some real good ideas of how to play this game. Lurkers burrowing on the ramp again. And now Freeman decides it's safe. It's safe. We can move up here, no problemo. Forge is going to go down. The Hydras do have the +2 armor and the +1 missile attack, and that's it. Scuffs out, leaves the game without saying GG. It is generally considered good manner to say good game at the end, but that's all right. Perhaps he doesn't know. So Freeman's your winner. In 20 minutes, he's going to keep blowing stuff up here, so I guess we can allow him to do that. But yeah, pretty good, interesting game of Into the Void. Once again, the Zerg player substantially better, I would say, but again, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens on the ladder. Scuff had some good ideas. His macro was just in trouble. He didn't expand when he needed to. His Zealot attack that failed, that first attack that failed, should have had him pull back, wall off, tech up, expand while he's attacking with the Zealots, and be on 2 bases to 2 bases for the Zergs. He would have been in a much better position, but that's okay. He has some things to learn. Resources lost, 16,000 for Scuff compared to 6,000 for Freeman. Yeah, that's fairly efficient. And there we go. Freeman's out. All right, so that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and the Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. Go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the